So I'm going to show you here how to post a vendor invoice, and then we are going to pay it with a check. Go to my favorite plus sign. I'm posting a vendor bill. I think I said vendor invoice. Invoices are for customers. I apologize. Go here and I'm looking for a vendor. If it's not set up, I can create one on the fly. Don't forget to include information. I'm going to use Tony down here. And you can see it populates something for his mailing address. There's not much information in this particular vendor record. The due date, we're going to make that the '17th. Now I simply post a category. Let's make it disposal fees. I can write something in here, disposal fees. Obviously, you might be buying tree shirts, you might be paying the rent on the office. It depends upon what it is. 999.99 because it's very easy to find. Disregard these two. And I don't have classes turned on in this particular client, but we would use that, and it would be, I would think, administrative, but perhaps not. At any rate, bill number is the invoice or the bill number that the vendor has given you. 222222, doesn't matter. So then you can find it later when he asks, have you paid my bills? We simply save and close. The invoice has been saved or processed. Now we need to pay it with a check. Once again, the plus sign. We go to pay bills. Going to use my checking account. As soon as I did that, the starting check number popped up. You can play with this and use it if you wish. It depends upon whether you're printing your own checks or you're handwriting the checks, and whether or not the check number is included on the check print. Let's assume that you're either handwriting or you're going to print them later for whatever reason. So we don't want to print a check immediately. So we click on print later. Now we have to find our vendor. Here's Tony with the reference number of 222222. So if he's the only one I want to pay, fine. What I normally would do is I would say that I want checks from something very early, let's say April 1st, to make sure I catch everything. But then, because this is today, I want to pay everything to the, I'm going to make my next payment run on the 19th, in my example. So I want to pay everything due up until the 18th, because on the 19th, I will pick up anything that's due on the 19th to my next pay run in 2 weeks on the 2nd. So I'm going to select here, apply. These are the bills that come up that are due within that time frame. And here's our bill to Tony. So I simply say, pay them all. Guess what? I'm pretty much done. I've identified my checking account. I have my payment date, which is today. I could make that tomorrow, because I'm going to print my checks perhaps tomorrow or mail them out tomorrow. And I'm just going to say save here. And the bills are marked as paid. Now, if you are handwriting your checks, what you're probably going to want to do is go here to here. I could get to it through banking also, but what I'm doing is I'm going to my checking account. And here are the checks that I wrote today, or actually they're going out tomorrow. And so I could go in and handwrite a check to Tony and then enter the check number. Handwrite a check to Diego and put in a check number. Otherwise, I can go to print checks, load the printer up, and then go through this process of printing a check. I don't have it set up, so I'm not going through it, but that's the way you do it.